Don't forget to like.
Yeah.
Oh,
subscribe. Oh, yeah. Share and comment down below.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Yanni.
And I'm to one.
And we are the
Everything 7
family.
You feel me? We back. I know y'all like, oh snap. 3 days apart? This ain't even normal. We're trying to really actually keep up with this go around. 3 days. Yeah, only 3 days. Yeah. So we trying our best. We're gonna keep up with it this time. But anyway, the gender reveal. So now that you all are here, y'all know that we having a beautiful baby boy. Yeah, we have another boy. Another one. And so I guess we want to talk about the gender reveal, how it went nothing as planned, like at all.
But at least
whatsoever.
At least the gender wasn't ruined for either of us like it was for me the first time.
Yeah. Because if you don't know, the gender got ruined for her the first go around.
Yeah.
So this time it was actually able to be, you know, what it was supposed to be, a surprise for both of us. So that was dope. You had your feeling of what it was.
Yeah, surprise, but not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I knew it was a boy.
Right. So that's dope. But yeah, it didn't go nothing as planned. So we had planned to do 2 things. One, vlog the whole day, most of it anyway. And then we were going to shoot a music video that same day as well while we were doing all of that. And it didn't get to go that way. So the original plan was to do what? As far as how we were going to
well, still kind of how y'all saw it.
Right.
Right. The canvas, but it was supposed to be with a paintball gun. So he was supposed to shoot the paintball gun at the canvas. And I'm pointing this way because the canvas is that way hanging up
it's
on the wall.
And we still got to sign it ourselves too.
Yeah.
But
he was supposed to do that. But that apparently the paintball gun that I got off Amazon and everything like that, I didn't know. I don't even know the term. You need to say that because I don't even know. So basically the cartridge, the CO2 canister that comes with the paintball gun, we didn't know that it didn't come with the CO2. I didn't even look into none of the stuff that she had got. So I really was checking everything out that day, setting everything up. So we were setting up. Right. So we were setting everything up outside or whatnot, and then when I got done with that, I'm like, all right, bet, let me put the paintball gun together. So me and the homie tried to go to start that process because we was about to test it out, and then we realized it wasn't working. So I'm looking into it, and then come to find out the CO2 canister don't have CO2 in it. You have to get that filled. They don't come pre-filled. So I'm like, I bet, well, let me hurry up and try to find a place to do it. It was Sunday. We couldn't find no place. And then so... And it wasn't early by this time.
Right. It was already like 5 at this point. And so we low-key panicking because like that's the main thing. Like, so we trying to figure out, what we about to do. So I got my brother-in-laws and my cousin, everybody trying to help figure it out. We making multiple calls, trying to figure out, who can fill this dang can up with the CO2 that we desperately need. Long story short, we weren't able to get it figured out. All the places was closed, and they was driving 30 minutes out, 35 minutes out, and killing more time. And so so we didn't end up doing that. So last minute, my cuz was like, it was 2 people that mentioned it, but my cuz was like, how about we just get, some water guns and put some food coloring or some paint in it. So last minute, that's what we ended up doing. It was dark when we ended up actually doing the reveal, and so it was a little tense. 2.5, 3 hours trying to figure that out because we got people coming from out of town.
Yes. We
can't reschedule this. Like I said, we moved, so we don't live close to everybody.
And I like trying to be as in order as possible. Like if you set a time and you tell someone, come at this time. If you're not here by this time, like we're doing the reveal, right. We were supposed to be doing the reveal at 7 o'clock.
Right.
So that was supposed to be that. Like we told everyone to come at 6 so they could eat,
right,
be a part of the video, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But 7 o'clock was supposed to be the actual reveal.
And what time do you think he actually did it?
I don't even know. It must have way close to. It must have been like 9:30.
Yeah, about 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 9:30, 10. It was dark. It was dark.
It
So,
was not going as planned, and it was like obviously a point where we were like,
frustrated.
this ain't good.
Right. Like,
This ain't good.
snap,
And we
what
was
we
trying to
gonna
figure
do?
out like what are our other options, because we wanted to do the canvas thing, and then I started trying to think about like other options, and it was like I really did not want to do a balloon pop thing because we did it with Golden.
And when we called for that, it was closed.
Yeah,
anyway.
it was closed.
Couldn't do that anyway.
Yeah, either way it go. But I really didn't want to do that. But I was like, okay, well, maybe we might have to end up doing the balloons, but they were closed.
Right.
And then I was thinking about doing the tic-tac-toe way,
Whack.
which it's not wet.
I mean, I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
It says whack, I just didn't care for it. I didn't
Yeah.
want to do it.
Well, it wasn't a bad idea. It just wasn't what we wanted to do.
Right.
So, yeah, that was like a worst case scenario. We don't have nothing else to do. That's what we're gonna have to make work, because we had stuff here that we could have made it work with, if that makes sense. So it's like we're gonna have to make it do what it do if we can't get this paintball situation figured out, which that technically didn't get figured out.
Right. But the alternative, which was, like we said, putting the paint and the water guns, I wish we would have did that from the jump, because I actually like that concept a little better, because I like how it turned out on the canvas better than what it probably would have if it was, paintballs, because you would have had the shells from the paintballs and stuff on here, so it probably kind of would have looked a little crazy. This actually looks dope. We're gonna sign it at the bottom, like right there or whatnot. But so I love what we ended up doing. I just wish we would have did that sooner. We would have saved like, shoot, 2.5 hours. We would have saved 2.5 hours if we would have thought about that. Even if not originally, like as soon as we realized that there was no air in the CO2 cans, I wish we would have instantly been like, okay, bet. However, nobody was tripping. We was the only ones, little. I mean,
Yeah, because we just wanted it to go
Yeah.
how we wanted it to go, and it wasn't
Yeah.
looking like it
Right.
was going that way. So
everybody else
it's
was there,
obviously
though.
more frustrating for us, because everybody else is just like, well, I know we gonna find out the gender before we leave, so
Right.
it just is what it is. However, we find out, like my mom, she's like, so you just gonna have to pull it out of the envelope and say what it is, and I'm like, no. But I just know like everybody else wouldn't have cared, no matter how we revealed it to them. It just would have been as long as they found out the gender. But for us, it was like, no.
But it ended up being dope.
And you were supposed to 2 days prior to
Yeah.
play around with the paintball
Yeah.
gun.
Some
And you
things
would have
came up.
figured it out
Right.
then that, okay,
Yeah.
it's not all the way together.
Right.
But we didn't end up doing it that day. And so, like he said,
That was
as
bad.
we're in the mix of setting things up, literally, they decided, oh, let's break the paintball gun out and let's try to play with that for a little second. It was already, I think it was already like 6 o'clock at this point. And I'm like, okay,
and
people are about to be coming.
Do it at 7.
People started coming and stuff, and I'm like, okay. And then next thing you know, they're like, we having problems with the paintball gun, and I'm like, oh no. But I'm
That's
just
crazy.
thinking, what kind of problems, because we first of all thought it was automatic, like gonna just be a.
That was one thing. It wasn't fully automatic. It was semi-automatic, which it would have worked, but it still wasn't the effect that I wanted it to have. But it was cool. But it all worked out. It ended up being super dope, super beautiful. And like I said, nobody else was tripping. Everybody's like, we here. Like, y'all not around the corner, so it's not like we coming and we leaving in 5-10 minutes. Like, we here, so, we'll get it figured out. And we did. We got it figured out. And I'm so grateful. But another thing, we were supposed to shoot the canvas, but also shoot this white hat at the same time. So afterwards, I don't know if it's on camera, I just ended up shooting it like a couple minutes after I shot that. During that, like right after we did that. But and we'll post that video today, because y'all haven't seen the actual in-time reveal. So long story short, we ended up shooting, we didn't get to shoot the music video either. So luckily for me, my cousin didn't go to work that next day, and we ended up shooting the video that day while we still had the setup outside. So we had like an hour to do it before he had to hit the road and go back home because he lived in South Carolina. So that was rushed. So
that's why, like, with the video, you see like a half thing of cupcakes right there. Like.
Yeah, it was already eaten. Y'all didn't even get to see the cake.
This was the next morning, y'all. So like it was so much more food. It was fruit. It was a cake.
A big cake.
Yes.
Looking at the empty container, right?
Yes, it was a cake. It was cupcakes. But yeah, we just pulled out what we had left, basically, from the night prior. And I mean, there was a little bit of cake left, but it was like, what, 4 or 5 pieces of cake? It was nothing to take it out there and try to put it on the thing for. I didn't even want to. What?
Spitting all on me.
Oh, dang.
What the? But yeah.
So yeah.
So that's why we was like, all right. And we didn't get to shoot the music video. So the next day, early that morning, I'm like, look, what we gonna do? Like, we got a couple options. So we just went with, because we didn't get enough for the vlog to just put the vlog out. So I'm like, dang, content wise, it didn't go nowhere near as planned. No. Absolutely nowhere near as planned. So I'm like,
because we were busy trying to get stuff together. Like, y'all, you know, it be seeming like you have so much time before an event.
Nah.
And then
if it wasn't for the CO2 can we have,
that's for you. But I'm talking about for me. Even having to go out and get the stuff that once we got back with that stuff, wasn't it already like 4?
Yeah, but I had that time perfectly. I had the time to where by 6 o'clock, which is when the time I found out about the CO2 can, early people.
We still had stuff to put together.
Like what?
What you mean, like what? The stuff we was doing outside with the tablecloths, putting the tables up, wiping the chairs down.
That was done by 6 o'clock. That's what I'm saying. I had did all that.
But I'm saying that's why we didn't get to record. Because how can we record and we're doing stuff?
I didn't plan on recording that. But anyway,
help him because it's going over his head. If we weren't doing that, we would have been recording. Is what I'm saying. We would have had time to sit and record some stuff, or just walk around and show and record stuff.
I get what you're saying.
Because we were busy doing it.
I get what you're saying, but I never planned on recording the stuff that I was doing. So that's why to me it's like that didn't affect.
Well, I planned on recording the stuff before everybody got here and after, but I'm saying we literally was doing stuff up until the moment, like.
Hey man, you using too many goddamn hands right now.
We using all of him.
Tone it down. But
we literally was doing stuff up until that moment.
The whole time. Ain't nobody talking to you about it. The whole time. So we came up last minute. I'm like, all right, bet we don't got enough for the vlog stuff, and we didn't shoot the music video at all. So I'm like, all right, bet let's just put it together. Let's just make it. It was supposed to be 2 separate things. I'm like, nah, let's just put it together. Put it together because we got, you know, the beginning stuff that we got for the vlog. And then we'll just finesse the rest, you know what I mean? And just rock it like that. And it ended up being dope. It was super beautiful. I love how it came out. Like,
I feel like everything with the setup looked kind of skimpy, but...
Oh, the music video day?
Yeah.
To me, but that was still going to be the same exact concept though, because I was saying...
But it wouldn't have looked skimpy.
Why not?
Because it was more, we had more stuff that
You think we would have had all the food and stuff out there? Yeah. I think the only difference would have been you would have probably seen the full cake, which wouldn't have been good.
No, not just that.
Think about what happened.
The balloons, the boxes with the balloons, like we didn't even have everything like set up properly.
Shout out to Quavo and Rhea. They came here an hour early and they got dang.
What's happening with the balloons?
They was helping blow balloons and we didn't even get to use the balloons that day. We used them the next day for the music video, but not even that day.
Because everything wasn't going how it was, like everything was looking like we weren't going to be able to do what we needed to do outside. Yeah, so we were like, there's no need to even finish doing this, basically.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, I had the little clear boxes that you had put the BABY on there. You put balloons in there, like set it up on the side, make it look cute. We didn't really get to properly put the balloon on a like make the balloon art for the thing. So it just was like, I feel like that's why to me it looked a little skimpy. But
it was beautiful though.
Yeah,
from the visual perspective, we still finessed it. It's still beautiful. Watching the video, like I was cheesing from ear to ear because I'm like, dang, like you can see the love, you feel the love, and you pulled it off with
Barely.
Hey, you know what I mean?
But
Oh, but it was so much going on. There was people that we didn't get to record, you know, asking what did they think it was. It got figured out, and it was beautiful, and we are glad it turned out how it turned out. On another note, everybody wants to know how I feel. But yeah, speaking of it not being a girl, everybody thinks that, you know, I feel a certain type of way or I'm sad. And the only people that think that are the people who have not been paying attention. I never said I wanted a girl. Now, this is what I wanted. Originally, I wanted 2 kids. Yanni wanted 3. When we had Golden, rough pregnancy, C-section, off the whole 9. She swapped and wanted 2 kids, and then I wanted 3. But the thing was, it depended on how this pregnancy was gonna go. And it was the same thing. So the first 4 months, vomiting every morning, super sick, super nauseous. So she was like, nah, we having 2, and you know, we done after this. So if we was only gonna have 2 kids, I wanted Golden to have a brother. That was extremely important to me. And if a lot of people who've been watching,
if that wasn't the case, then
yeah,
you know, it would have just been whatever it was.
Right. If we was gonna have 3, then
no, I'm saying even with 2, if it was a girl and not a boy, we was gonna be happy.
Regardless. But if that's what I'm saying. But I wanted 3, so I didn't care if we was gonna have 3. I didn't care if the next one was a girl, if the next one was a boy. If we were only going to have 2, I would have preferred for Golden to have a brother. I definitely wanted him to have a brother, and most of y'all know why, you know. But I definitely wanted him to have a brother. So I know the whole narrative of the little videos that I be playing with on TikTok, it be making y'all think like, oh dang, he felt left out because he want a girl, he need a girl. Like, nah, I be controlling the narrative, so I know that's how y'all think based off what I do. But nah, I just be wanting his love. I really don't be wanting her love. I don't really be caring about her love. I got her love, and I had that for years, and I'm gonna have it for more years. I be wanting Golden's love. So
what you need for more years?
Plenty more for the rest of life. I mean.
Yeah.
So my whole thing, even with that other video, when I was like, I told Golden when he was like, what, 1? Like, I ain't keep playing with me. I'm gonna give another baby. We both getting pushed to the side. See, y'all took that out of context on that video too. I was saying get pushed to the side, so then it's gonna be me and you. You feel me? Not, you know, pushed to the side and then she gonna be kicking it with the other baby. But you know, so I think it's funny. So I've been playing with the narrative. So to clear the air, I want to go to have a brother. So a little girl would have been cool. You know what I mean? It would have been cool. But I definitely wanted Golden to have a brother. I just want them to have that super dope close bond. Not saying that him and a sister wouldn't, but if I had to pick, I wanted him to have a brother, and he got a brother on the way, and we couldn't be any more happier.
And I don't
Grateful.
think I have to say anything because I think most of you
they had already knew straight up.
Knew I wanted a boy.
Some people knew from our perspective, but you would have had to been paying close attention because I've only mentioned it once or twice.
I've had like a couple comments like, sorry, I think you're having another boy. I don't know what you're sorry for because I'm not sorry.
Right.
That's like
you wanted
when I
boys.
wanted. Yeah, I was about to say when I wanted 3 kids, I wanted 3 boys. So yeah, but now that I know how my pregnancies go with boys, I'm good with 2. 2 boys is enough. That's enough. And like I said earlier, if it was a girl, I wouldn't have been one of those people that would have been mad on camera. I would have been huffing and puffing. I would have been walking off. I would have been none of that. It would have. It's a blessing either way to go. I would have still been happy if it was a girl. But I am extremely happy that the Most High blessed us with what He knew I wanted. You always say it wasn't that deep with you.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah,
He blessed us with what He knew I preferred, I guess.
Right, until, you know, you was like 2. if it's two, nah, I prefer it to be a boy. I'm not like, oh, I want a boy and a boy only. It was never like that with me. I never had a legit preference. But if I was put in the corner, it's like, okay, we only have one more kid.
And don't get offended, y'all, by me saying I wanted all boys, because people do be getting offended.
How can they get offended by what you want?
But they do.
That's their problem.
They be like, what's wrong with girls? Or
That's
people don't
problem.
think they want a girl until they have
That's
a girl.
crazy.
I have my own personal reasons why I prefer.
She don't want to
all
deal
boys.
with a her.
Yes, I was a hot mess when I was younger.
You're a hot mess now.
No, I'm not. I was a hot mess. You know, my mouth,
Go and look.
my attitude. You know, and
You still got that.
I don't want to have nobody pinned up to the wall.
Yo, you ain't gonna
You
pick
know
my
what I'm
dog
saying? Yeah, that's the thing. So I just thought that for me, it was best for me to have all boys.
So yeah, this
And
video
not
title.
saying none of them can't have my attitude or my mouth.
And
you know?
who's to say? I ain't even gonna go there.
What?
Why I said who's to say we won't have a third?
No.
That's
I'm
why I said-
to say.
That's why I said. That's why I said I ain't gonna go there. So yeah, I guess technically, it was, the original plans for the gender reveal were ruined, but the gender reveal was saved, and it was amazing. It was a dope turnout.
And I was nervous at certain points because I'm just like,
And I asked you beginning there, you nervous? You was like, about what?
No, I wasn't nervous. I was, and even right now, the nervous I'm talking about wasn't that. I'm saying like I was nervous a little bit of the gender being ruined. Like when we had the ultrasound appointment, I was nervous because I was like, oh, I just don't want nothing to happen, and I hear something or it was
Yeah, shout out to Torian for that.
Oh, and then with Torian,
That
I
boy
just
scared me.
I just was nervous
He
that
had
I was
me
gonna
nervous.
find out before I was supposed to find out. So that's what I was nervous about. And I wasn't all day or all the way up until I was not nervous about finding out the gender, y'all, until you was like, all right, it's time. And I was like, oh, I just got nervous out of the blue. Like I got nervous because I'm like, even though I feel deep down in my heart that it's a boy, and I feel like I know that, I didn't know. The reality was I didn't 100% know, and it could have very well not been what I thought. So I got nervous because I was like, "Oh, I don't know the gender, but I'm about to find out." But when that blue came out, I was like, "I knew it."
I'm like, yeah,
I knew it.
We did it. We got our two boys. That's gonna be dope. Golden and No Name. We don't have a name
I'm
yet.
about to say, don't say it like that because that sounds like you were saying the person's name.
This one completely different this time. We don't got no
Say
name yet. So
person's
drop some name ideas down below. And we know everybody gonna say something, but drop some names.
He
down
got
below.
one. He already.
Don't say it like
is-
that. Huh?
I'm saying he has one he's already pretty sold on.
I'm not sold, but I like it. If we were to go with that, I'm good.
He just waiting for me to give the okay.
No,
If
'cause
I
we still
said
got-
okay, you
Nah,
probably would just go with that.
Nope, because I still be like, we still have too much time. We still got 4 months. Golden, we had Golden's name for 3 years before he came. So we had sat on it for a long time. We already knew him. We was already extremely comfortable. Because like I said, we knew 3 years before we had him. It was either going to be Goldie if it was Goldie if it was a girl, because that was my grandmother's name, or Golden if it was a boy. And it was a boy, so Golden, boom, yeah. So we was super comfortable.
We have
This one, we
literally
have no idea.
I mean, you have a idea
now,
but
no.
before
And
prior,
still no. Still
we
no.
have like no idea.
Yeah, so, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. We'll be back. We're trying to post every 2 days, 3 days maximum. Every 3 days we're gonna post. So y'all gonna see us a lot more on the tubes. Layout. We out. Everything set.
We ain't saying nothing about like, subscribe, comment.
I mean, they
Share.
love us, but they don't do that anyway.
Yeah, but it's good to remind them.
Go ahead, I'm out of here. Say it.